Morning. Oh,
Me? Yeah. You like me second wife, you are?
Oh, I can believe you're at home, Dave. That is it. What's that, another 15 kilos?
No, but it's branding. I'm running out of places to put shit.
He said to me.
There's nothing there. Bits will be falling off while she's driving.
It's your toothpick, Rob. What? It's your toothpick. That's it. It all started working on a series in my dad's shed. I followed my dreams and joined the Marines, serving in Afghanistan. Defenders were always part of me. So here we are, building custom machines with my awesome team in Shropshire. We are Mahker. Morning guys, welcome to the latest edition of Mahker YouTube channel, whatever it is. You haven't got Dave this week, he's having coffee or making tea. You just put back your thighs. He promised me hair and makeup, but I haven't turned up yet, so. Anyway guys, what we're doing is, we're finishing the final touches for Rodent. So we're refitting the roof rack because I bodged it for the photo shoot. We're putting the rear seating in the back. We've got a couple of little mods to do for the side boxes, and then he's just loading all our gear. We've got boxes, recovery equipment. We just need to mount. We've got a fridge to mount in the back. Dave wanted to put his little precious little logos all over it, so we've allowed him to do that. Little Dave's here as well, the other co-driver. He's hiding off. He's scared. He's camera shy. So we'll keep going, we'll keep building, and then you'll see as the build goes on when we're done. So hopefully by the end of tomorrow, we should be ready to go, and we'll be off. We leave when? Saturday morning, 5 days, not long now.
He's happy before I rip him up.
Just do it.
Okay.
Switch to him.
We're going to put them there and you can lift it off.
You f***ing pot ripping holes. You're going to bolt it through the door?
No, not material.
It's just a carpet.
Yeah, so just...
Why not just cut the back and just stick them on?
Because they're not going to last, are they, with the heat? Yeah. Well, I'll re-glue it. I've got heat-resistant glue.
I can't believe you've given us number 13. Okay, look. Today, mate.
You know what I mean? Because it's 13, I'd put it somewhere where you're going to see it.
What?
So it's constantly in your mind.
Should put it on the floor.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, because you're going to see, because it's...
Well, when it's upside down, we need it on the... Should we stick it to the underside of the chassis?
Yeah, I would, yeah, to be fair. Put it on the chassis.
Go with it.
And he was fighting to do it. Is that level?
hand finish but with an oily rag. That's what they're doing. That's what they call a hand finish, isn't it? Look at that.
What are we up to now, Dave?
So basically we need a third seat because there's 3 of us going in the back of this truck. So, and because I'm a tall bugger, Rob's a tall bugger, minimum 6'3", 4ish. So I want a seat that supports the back of your thighs. So we're making it with a 210mm height at the front and a 70mm height at the rear. So it gives you a bit of incline because the issue we've got is cage height. So we can't go anywhere near that for safety reasons. So I've been something from scratch to make it work. Don't climb it up.
Brackets are 70 quid each. It's nearly as much as the
So you can see on the front of Rodent here, we've got Elliot Brown's new Heritage Edition Land Rover watch. I poked Elliot Brown because I thought it'd be up their street, is to bolt one of their watches to the front of the Land Rover because they're big into real testing. So we thought we'd stick it to the front, drive 5,000–6,000 kilometres from here around the desert and just leave it bolted on the front, and they were up for it and they sent us this free watch and we're going to bolt it to the front, and then when we've done we are going to auction it off and raise some money for a charity. So I'm working with Elliot Brown on that part.
A few moments later.
What are you working on here, Louis?
Making some mounts for this engine.
So, what engine is it that's gone in?
Tricky question, that one. LT. What stand LT for?
No idea.
Sam! Come here. What stand LT for? LT.
Honda Cougar.
No. What engine is this?
LT.
LT.
Not sure. LT1, I think.
Yeah, what's the difference between LS and LT?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
LT is the successor to the LS family.
So say again.
The LT is the successor to the LS family.
Upgraded version.
So it's a newer design, I'm guessing, than LS.
Oh, okay.
It's still an old design, but the newer, like all the newer ones are LTs now. It can shut down 4 cylinders at any given time, like when you're not, if you don't need all the power, it'll shut down 4 cylinders sequentially, so that it doesn't drink as much fuel.
Smart.
And the difference between generations is the fuel system. Like the Gen 4s are still port injected, and the Gen 5s are direct injected.
What are we doing here today for this Land Rover behind me?
Today I am making it louder. That was the request. So we already had a custom made exhaust on it already. We had the silencer in it. So to make it louder, I could cut the silencer out and put a straight pipe in, or I could bypass the silencer with a valve and make it so that when you want it loud, you can have it loud. If you want to quieten it down for whatever reason, you press a button and it redirects the exhaust back through the silencer and quietens it down.
Smart.
Yeah.
So is this the exhaust that was on there already, is it? You've just added
Yeah,
the...
so this bit and this bit was what was already on there.
Right.
That was what was there when I came to it. So effectively what I've done is cut it in half basically and move this, because it was quite near the front, probably just under the passenger seat bum is where it started. So in order for me to be able to fit this in, because where it was, it's close to the transfer case and the handbrake drum, I wouldn't have enough room for this. So what I've done is I've cut the pipe in half, I've taken a piece out, and I moved this to the other end so it's underneath the rear passenger's bum, which gives me a lot more room. I'm not at any risk of it getting anywhere close to anything that moves. And it's just better. It's just a better place to put it, having a valve in, because obviously I'm making it, you know, more than 3 inches wider than it was. So. And that's it really. It's,
Smart.
quick, and all I've had to make from scratch is the connections that go from there to there. You just put a valve in. So pretty straightforward, this one.
Smart.
Yep. Couldn't even get a Rizzler in there, is that good?
So guys, what we have here, this is a 5.3 litre LT, direct fuel injected, coupled to an 8-speed. So this is the 8L90, 8 gears, coupled to the famous Stage 2 Winchester gears, LT230. This is going in a very special 90, belongs to a good customer of ours called Steph, and he's super excited to get this finished. So this car is going to be basically the soft top version of Ethos. So those of you who have seen the earlier episodes, Ethos it's a bit of an off grey, so it's a bit of a Welsh grey but with a satin twist that we came up with. So Steph saw that and fell in love with it and asked me, Dave, can you make him a soft top one? So that's what I gave Steph. So as you see here, follow the progress guys on social media, Instagram, YouTube, on Facebook, and we're waiting on a few bits now. So we're waiting on the Fox, same again. Our lead times are now dragging on, guys, so if you want anything, make sure you give you plenty of notice. But the interesting thing with this one, it's going to be something we've never done before. So this motor, we've never put one in a Defender. I think others have, but we're giving it a go ourselves, and it's going to be an absolute powerhouse. So stay tuned. So guys, this project has a very, what's the word? Let's say a very unique story. So this vehicle was collected from Kent, middle of last year. And our transport guy, Lewis, had a bit of a bad accident, so he actually turned the trailer upside down and flat packed this 90. Very sad story. It was pretty heartbreaking to tell Richard who owned it, but in the end I promised Richard, I said, I'll build you a new one, mate. So we got there in the end. So this is, let's say, number 2 Muddy. We sourced donor parts from
God, every corner of the country, if you like, to build this other vehicle. It's fresh out the paint shop. There's still little bits of polish here and there that we need to clean off, but as you can see on the interior, we've turned that round. So if you look up here, we've gone with a beautiful tweed headlining, lovely slate grey with a herringbow finish, and with these nice high backs, it's literally just complemented it to a tree. This engine was on our way to us to have an LS3 conversion when it was involved in the accident. The only thing that we managed to resurrect from the accident was the chassis itself, which was a nice Galv Marsden chassis. But as you're seeing here, we've given him all the finishing touches. He's got some nice leather accents going on these bits of the dash and things, so it's going to come together nicely. But I'll show you under the bonnet. And that was what it was on its way here for, before the trailer turned upside down, obviously. So we've given him a 550 horsepower LS3, which I'm sure put a smile on his face. So guys, I want to say thanks for watching today, and I need to pull my finger out now and get organised. I still haven't packed for Scram. I'm going first thing in the morning, and it's going to be one hell of an adventure. So you'll see at the start of this video, we literally got the Rodent finished. We've still had to put different prop shafts on, we've still had to do little mods to it to get it out there. But anyway, I need to get out of this workshop because it's about to drive me absolutely crazy. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys when I get back, and follow Instagram, follow YouTube, because we're going to give you one hell of a story on the way back. Thank you guys.